What's up, you guys? We're Keith and Hannah. Welcome back to the channel. Today is another episode of the van build series.
Today we are starting to actually paint, prime, and build our benches.
I know, it's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting. We have already ripped down the plywood just to make it easier for us to move around. So we'll insert that here.
Before you build your benches, you got to rip your plywood.
So let's get to it. So the next step is I'm going to be painting, well, I guess sanding. Painting, and priming.
Another power tool that Hannah's going to get to use.
Yes. I'm going to be sanding, painting, and priming all of the wood for the benches. And while I'm doing that, Keith is going to be going back and working on some floor stuff. But then we will be actually like building what's going to be our bed, our kitchen,
seating
table,
area,
like
everything.
Our office, everything. Yeah. So the first step here is Keith is going to cut these down almost to the size that we're going to be making like the length of our bed bench situation, so I can start actually painting them and avoid using more paint than that's really necessary, but also we need to avoid the areas that we're going to be using wood glue on, so we don't want to like paint it all and then end up needing that to be not painted to be able to put it together. So he's gonna cut those now, and then I'm gonna start sanding. And just like that, it's time for primer. Now the primer is done, and like I said before, we are leaving like this strip around the sides with no paint, no primer, because there are some things that we're going to be attaching with wood glue, so we don't want to make it to where that doesn't attach correctly. So here's the first coat. Alright, all 4 of the boards that we have cut are primed. Now I just have to wait, I think it's like an hour from now, until we can actually paint them. Keith is fixing the floor. So we have the first side primed, and then I'll have to flip them over after an hour, do the other side primed, and I don't think we'll get to any painting on them today, but that's probably a good thing. We are back, day 2 of building the benches, and last night we ended up actually taking what's going to make up our benches home to paint them, because it's honestly way too cold outside right now.
To do anything, really. To
do anything, but also like the paint takes probably triple or quadruple or more the time to actually dry.
It just doesn't dry, really.
It doesn't. So we ended up taking it home last night, and we didn't vlog any of that, but today we're back. It's really afternoon by now, but we've spent the whole, I guess, pretty much the whole day, the whole early afternoon, trying to figure out how we're going to build these and build them correctly, and I think we've finally gotten a starting point.
Yeah.
And we're just going to bring you along for that.
So what we're doing is this. We bought a 1x2. We ripped it down to a 1x1 just so we have more room in the benches. But we're going to fasten these down to the ground, and then the 3/4 inch plywood is going to then come like on the outside of it, and then we'll be able to screw through the plywood into this just to help make it a little bit stronger and help hold it up, and that way we can make sure it's a straight line. We've also squared the benches off so we know exactly where the line needs to be.
Alright, so we're going to show you what this looks like as of right now and how we're leaving it tonight. Quite honestly, we did not get a lot done because it is extremely cold right now.
It's so cold, like it's just miserable to even go outside.
It is, and things need cut, so we're just going to leave it as is tonight, and it's going to be a tiny bit warmer tomorrow, and the sun's going to be out.
Yeah, and
so hopefully that's better.
With us painting super late last night, we did decide to sleep in a little bit more today.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to get a little earlier start tomorrow and have more daylight. So.
Yes, but we're going to show you what this looks like now, and then we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are layered up. The sun is out.
Even more well layered up.
We got Chloe a heated blanket. We're ready to rock and roll today.
I feel really good. I feel like we're both starting the day off with a much more positive note, and we're going to get a lot more done today.
The sun's out, and I think that's the key to a positive mood for us.
Yes. So let's build a bed.
Let's do it. Then everything should be good. And then we can, we have to drill the holes for this. We're not ready yet.
How many more times are you going to tell me that we're ready, and then when I'm ready, you ain't ready?
I think this is the last time.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. So many things don't work. So when it does, it's like we're freaking bros, man. So we just got the back part of the bench cut with the wheel well, and I do say so myself, I feel like we did a pretty good job. Note, this was also the first try, so we got that cut out. So we're about to fasten this, and then we're going to figure out the back, which is a little difficult because of the curve of the van and this back, this part right here. So before we leave today, we'd like to have the benches completely fastened down, and then we'll feel really accomplished and be able to actually check something off the list.
So far we have 3 sides of the benches on, so we just have the back piece to finish. It shouldn't take too much longer, but I just wanted to show you kind of what we're looking at now because it's almost a full box. And after what seems like, and actually was, I guess, an entire day.
Wow.
We have the benches probably at this point 75% done.
I mean, the base I would say is 90%.
Yes.
As far as the finishing touches and the lid and all that, I mean.
Overall, about 75% done. But right now, the base is in, and all we have to do is add trim pieces and the door and a little bit of extra support in the back. But we wanted to show you what it looked like before we ended tonight. And then tomorrow is all about those, I guess, finishing touches, doing trim and all of that. So I feel good about it.
I do too. It was a very long day, very cold.
Yes. Tomorrow's going to be a lot warmer though. We're going to get a lot done. But until then, just take a look at this and then we'll see you in the morning. We are back today to finish working on the benches,
and a couple more things, but I just wanted to show you guys what we've done so far. So we've put these little pieces here in the corner just to kind of secure the back here, and same with this side. And then we are going to have trim around on the inside that goes all the way around. That will also help structurally to make the benches really solid. And another big thing we did, the first side of the shower cut, and we got like the curve of the van cut on the side. So we're going to sand that down and take it home tonight and paint it. Same with the trim, we're going to take all of it home tonight so it can be painted and put it in tomorrow. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm really proud of how we made like the curve. So how we did that was we, like, for the ceiling, we cut out the holes for our lights, and we took one of those like leftover remnants that came out of it from the hole saw, and we just put a pencil through the hole in the middle and ran it like along the side of our furring strips to the piece of plywood, and that gave us like the perfect curve, and it looks pretty good. So I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but there will be a wall that goes right up next to it, so we're pretty happy with how that turned out. So here's how it looks.
Now that we've got our cut list, it's time to cut all of our trim.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
It's a big cut list, but it's exciting to not have to move this wood every day.
Yes, and it means that we can get it all painted tonight and on tomorrow. It's gonna make the benches look so much more finished. Yeah. I'm super excited.
Me too.
After we got all the trim pieces cut, we just took them home to paint them because it's much easier to do that with as cold as it's been, and it's really hard to do something like that in the dark, and it's even harder to set up lights all around our workspace. So we just took those home, we got them ready, and now we're ready to put them in.
It's also nice to like paint inside.
Yes.
And then just like you're still working, but you're in the warm.
Yes. But here are the trim pieces. We're just gonna put them in all around the benches, and it's gonna give it a much more finished look. Talk about a finished look. Obviously we still have some more trim to add, but this is a good start.
As you guys can tell, we got the trim around the benches done, and it is looking really good. What we've been working on now is we got both sides of the shower walls, not like the inside but the outside. We did get those painted last night, so we just got those in here, test fitted them. And
we're not screwing those in for a while because we want to make sure that we're sure on our plumbing before we go and screw anything down. But we wanted to just get them test fitted.
We also got our shower pan in the shower, and we did build out a frame around the bottom of that just to help support it. So that's what we've been working on. But we just kind of wanted to...
We want to show you what it looks like. Yeah. Because it was only a couple hours out of the day, but it turned out really good, and it's actually tying things together.
It is. Just having these walls up looks really good.
Yes.
But we're not going to be able to be back here again until next weekend, so.
So this is what that looks like.
So that wraps up this video. Next time you see us, I believe we'll be working on some plumbing. So thank you guys for watching. If you could subscribe, like this video, it would really help us out. And we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.